Blog Talk Radio.
It's Cannon Baby coming with the heat. Got Endie Fiya playing in my speakers. Nikhil the host, girl in motion, all the way lit, airway smoking. You can call in, this phone lines open. Rockets are hot like we cooking the roast. Endie Fiya the GOAT, don't ask who the competition is, cause they standing alone popping. When you listening here, you always get what you want. Interviews, artists, songwriters, authors, and entrepreneurs. Chopping it up with powerful icons who make an influence. Who keep it hotter, this is Endie Fiya. Blazing on yourself, tune in and catch the heat. It don't even matter where you at. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. Yeah, holy moly, this day heat. Got Nikhil in my speakers. Girl in motion, get on your feet. Endie Fiya blazing, please keep it coming every week. We too strong, we defeat the weak. Cannon Baby, super speed. We keep it turning to the T. It's too high. A fireman can't put it out cause it's too high. Endie Fiya, it's too high. A fireman can't put it out cause it's too high. Endie Fiya, yeah. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. For everyone. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. For everyone. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. For everyone. Entertainment, news, daily inspiration for everyone. For everyone, yeah.
Comes Jana Blackwell, Mistress of Soul. That right there was Dance All Night. If you're just tuning in, you're live right here on Endie Fiya with your girl, Nakia. It's Tuesday? It's Tuesday, guys? Yes, Two Lit Tuesdays right here on Endie Fiya. I know you missed us last night. I know. No New Music Mondays last night, and I got a ton of music. Shout out to Yolanda Marshall, The Boogie Report, Nicole Weiser, Cape Town Sounds in South Africa. Oh, my gosh. I can't wish you all. Vic, shout out to you guys. Saints, shout out to all of you for all the new music that you submitted. But I had to take a break, guys. I had to take a break. I had a minor setback. You know, I had emergency surgery a couple of weeks ago, and had a family emergency as well, and I needed a break. I really did. I couldn't do it. I got off work yesterday, 10-hour shifts, you know, and just I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I have a team of 32 under me, and it was just so exhausting yesterday. Just, you know, I need. Hell, payroll alone took me 4 hours. Yesterday, I was deducting money from people all day long. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wanted to do their job. And that alone just is time-consuming and, you know, just headache. And, yeah, when I got off work, I slept through Bible study, guys. You know me. I don't do that. And, okay, you know me. Yeah, I do. But nevertheless, I was just like, I can't do it. I couldn't do it. And I kept putting it off. I was like, you know, maybe we'll do a later show. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, you know what? I can't do it. I'm sorry. But I promise I'm going to be on it. I got it because we got tons of new music. So we're on it for next week. New Music Mondays. I got you. Again, thank you to all who have submitted. For New Music Mondays, you can email Monica at info@indiefireradio.com. And I'm going to spell it out because quite a few of you have DM'd me like, you know, bounce back. That's probably because you're putting in fire or you're putting in Indie, I-N, but it is ENDIEFIYA radio.com. In the subject line, New Music Monday submissions. All right, Monica will take care of you. So, again, thank you so much. My apologies again, guys, all right? So what's been going on? You guys been good? You had a good weekend? Yeah? Nod, thumbs up. I had a very hectic weekend, extremely hectic, as I just told you about. But it's going to get a little better. You know what I'm saying? This is my daughter's last week home. I'm sad. You guys know how we've been this past 3 months. But, yes, last week home. And we are getting her, you know, the finishing touches all packed up and everything and preparing to get her back to school so that she can complete this last semester, knock it out, as well as her teaching English as a foreign language certification done, you know, in preparations to get her off to Japan in April of next year. So I'll keep you guys updated on that certification, as well as, you know, everything involving her major as well. So thank you guys for just hanging in there with me and Daja as well. Greatly appreciated. What else has been going on with me? That's about it. You know, I mentioned the minor setback with the surgery, but nevertheless, we are persevering. You know, thank you again for your thoughts, your prayers, your warm wishes, your well wishes, your encouraging words at 2 o'clock in the morning when I cannot sleep. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Enough about me. My guest for this evening. So excited to have her here. So excited. I know you've been following on social media, and I feel really bad. So we're going to go back and we're going to repost today or tonight because, you know, we slipped today on Instagram. We slipped. We didn't get our Instagram post out. So we're going to go back a little later and get that post out. So apologies in advance for that. Again, the family emergency kind of just took over. but we will get that post. So you all who follow me on Instagram, you can see that, and you'll be able to, we'll get that. How about we get that out once the show is in syndication? How about that? Sound good? Great. Awesome. Our guest this evening is singer, songwriter, and vocal producer, Dossi. Now, every few decades in our lives, we get to experience some really great singers and entertainers. Well, once again, in 2022, we get to experience another amazing singer, and her name is Dossi Minor. The beautiful and talented singer, songwriter, and vocal producer has been singing since the age of 3 years old. Wow. She looks like she's only like 20, guys. Like most singers, Dossi, pronounced like Bossy, grew up singing in her Cleveland, Ohio family church and began leading songs with her dad's quartet group at the age of 5. In 2015, her singing career really began to blossom when she was hired to sing background for the legendary Rock and Roll Hall of Fame soul group, the OJs. It was here during her 5-year tenure with the group that numerous opportunities were presented to her. Dossi began to appear on major television shows, commercials, singing on albums, and performing in front of millions of people. She has toured extensively in the U.S., overseas, and gracing stages in Europe, Canada, and across the Caribbean. Dossi has shared the stage with such legendary artists like the Isley Brothers, Patti LaBell, Gladys Knight, and Chaka Khan, to Brandy, Jennifer Hudson, Fantasia, and so many more. Now, with years of experience as an accomplished live and studio singer, she has emerged from the background and into her own spotlight. The independent R&B recording artist has just released her first single entitled Fallen in Love on all digital media platforms. As a songwriter, Dossi endeavors to express real-life experiences through moving melodies, memorable choruses from her heart and soul. Dossi modestly summarizes her illustrious musical career with, "I authentically love music, and I am unapologetically me." Now, guys, I just want you to know that this is just a snippet of her eloquently written bio. I want you to head over to www.endiefiyaradio.com and take the time to read it all in its entirety. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you this evening my very, very special guest, singer, songwriter, and vocal producer, Dossi.
Hello.
How are you this evening?
I am okay. I am blessed. That's what I like to say.
Yes, I am so glad to have you here with me. Let me take a moment just to breathe. Those long bios,
Take a breather.
Those long bios, they get me, but it gives me a moment to, showcase my skills, especially when I don't read the bios. I don't like to listen to music in advance. I don't like to read the bios in advance because I want to be just as in awe of my guests. And no, I do go snoop around on websites. I do that. But I like to be as and as when guests hear music, they're like, oh my gosh, I love it, or they're like, you know what, trash that. You know what I'm saying? I like to, but I've read the reviews about your music, so I already know, we're not trashing anything around here. But I like to be in awe when it comes to the bio. So when I read you've been singing since the age of 3. Now, I've been dancing since I was 3, but singing, it's in my blood. All of my family sings. But when it comes to, they pass the mic at church, I always have laryngitis. You know what I'm saying? I always, I can't do it. I always pass the mic on to the next person. I made sure I was in the back row. I was tardy for church. You know what I'm saying? I never really used my gift when it came to singing in church. And now I feel really bad because I see that I tell people now that we are all blessed with a ministry. I didn't say that we are all blessed to be ministers. I say that we are all blessed with a ministry. And it is for each of us to tap into what our gift and our ministry is. Now, I know that now mine is to serve, but I feel like we have so many untapped ministries that are within us that we have allowed ourselves to sleep on. And because we didn't use it or we neglected to use it, God will close them up. He will shut them down. You know what I'm saying? And because I neglected to use my gift of song, he shut it down. You know what I'm saying? I had a beautiful voice. And now when I try to sing now, it's just like, girl, you know what I'm saying? You do good. Radio presentation is your thing. Use your voice now for journalism and presentation because your singing voice, it's not like it used to be because he shut it down on you know what I'm saying?
I understand. Trust me, I'm sure it's not that bad. But I definitely understand for sure. I get it.
But enough about me because this isn't, nobody came to listen to me. Nakia can talk about her stuff all night, but it's not so singing in the church, I want to take it all the way back, not to 3 years old, but I want to take it all the way back. I get most of our R&B singers did start. They had their foundation in the church. But did you come from a musical
both
as well?
sides of my family, they're both sides, my mom's side and my dad's side, they all sing. They're all musicians. So it was like kind of I had no choice, if that makes sense. My grandmother, she played piano. My mom plays piano. My mom sings. My dad plays the bass guitar, the lead guitar. He sings. Everybody sings. My cousin, her name is Kaya Doss. She's a great indie artist. It's just in my legit, like you said, it's in my blood. I legit had no choice because both sides are musical.
You play instruments as well, or just?
I do.
Vocal?
I don't really play anymore, but my parents, I took piano lessons for 10 years. I took jazz piano, I took classical, and I also took gospel. But my dad was kind of like Joe Jackson a little bit, like making us practice and stuff. And so it made me not want to do it. So I quit doing it. But I can play if I wanted to. I just choose not to. And I kind of regret it now. I really wish I still did do it. But, I'm okay with just being a singer. That's fine.
I completely get it. I do. I get it. So with so much familial influence, who would you say influenced your R&B style? Would it be centered around the family, or did you have a particular R&B singer, a soul singer, maybe even a hip-hop singer that influenced your style?
So my family is church. At least my mom's side is. So we didn't listen to much R&B. Now, my parents did listen to, like, the Chaka Khan, the Earth, Wind & Fire, like the old school music. But the person that I would say influenced me, and it's probably going to sound weird, but I am a Brandy fanatic. So Brandy was a huge influence for me, especially she does like a lot of heavy backgrounds. My music has, it's very musical with the backgrounds and stuff like that. So I'm going to have to say Brandy is my number one influence, but I also loved Whitney growing up. Like I said, the Chaka Khans, Aretha Franklin, but as far as the influence on my music, I'll have to say Brandy, and also Faith Evans, which I sound like her a lot, but I would have to say her as well.
Okay, Brandy. Sticking with Brandy. What's your favorite Brandy song?
favorite absolute Brandy song is called When You Touch Me. It's from her Full Moon album.
Yes, that's my favorite album. Yes.
That is my favorite album as well. I mean, I listen to that album front, back. I know everything verbatim. When You Touch Me is my absolute favorite song by her.
So your bio states that we're sticking with Brandy. Your bio states that you have had the opportunity to tour or share the stage with Brandy. What was that experience like?
So let me clarify. The person that wrote that, I've been on show. So we've been on tour, and Brandy was with us. Like, she was one of the performers. I didn't sing with her, but I did get a chance to meet her. She was on the same platform. So all of those people, Chaka, Gladys Knight, we were on tour together with the OJs. So that's what that means. So I want to clarify. I'm going to have to talk to my manager because he's going to have to change that. Because a lot of people think like, oh, she sang with all these people. No, I did not, and I don't want to put that out there. But I did get a chance to meet her.
I did rephrase that. Share the same stage.
Yes.
So at some point,
I got a chance to meet her. Yes, she was. We did a festival in Miami, and she was on it, and she was super, super sweet and just like really, really nice. And it was like the best day of my life because, like I said, I am a huge fanatic for her. So having an opportunity to meet her, and as you can see, I've been around a lot of celebrities, and I typically do not get starstruck. Like, I'm not, but I was legit starstruck with her.
That was going to question.
Yeah, so it was just an amazing experience. I was very happy to be able to meet her. She was very, very nice. You know, sometimes you hear horror stories, but about like different celebrities and stuff, but she was really, really, really sweet. So I'm going to cherish that forever, and hopefully I'll get to meet her again at some point.
So what's a typical day like for you? I know you have, I know you're promoting a recording event that's coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
But what's a typical day like for you? You wake up in the morning, you go to a 9 to 5, but at what point do you step into the studio and get to work?
So there are literally not enough hours in a day. So you're right. I wake up at 6 a.m. to start work. So I work 10-hour days, 10 to 12-hour days with my 9 to 5. I have a 9-year-old. I have a husband. So once I get off work, the good thing is my studio is in my home. I record in my home. My husband is my engineer. He's also my producer. So literally when I get off work, I'll help my daughter with her homework, try to spend an hour or two with her, and then we're downstairs in the studio working. Like, I literally am up from sun up to sundown. And so I literally, before I had the interview with you, I was in the studio session. And so I looked up and it was like 6:20 something. I'm like, oh shoot, I got this interview to do, so we're gonna come back to it. But literally, like, it's like as soon as I get off work, I try to spend an hour or two with my daughter, and then we are in the studio working. So it's time consuming, and lately I've been having quite a few shows that I've been doing. I had the opportunity on Friday to open for, her name is Jade Nova. She's amazing.
Jade Nova. Yes.
Yeah, she's amazing. And so I opened for her on Friday. So on top of that, I had to squeeze in rehearsals with the band and with my singers and stuff. So when I say it's not enough time, and I'm also in a wedding band, and I am booked until next year every weekend. So it's a lot. I'm exhausted, but it's refreshing because I'm doing what I love to do. I'm trying to get out the 9 to 5 though, so I need something to shake.
I feel you on that. But balance is so important. And unlike so many people, you mentioned the studio being at home and that your husband is your producer, your engineer, and that right there is that's a blessing in itself.
It is.
We spoke before the show, working at home is a blessing. I mean, I've worked from home for 6 years, so pre-COVID, I was working from home. So that in itself is a blessing as well. I don't take that for granted at all. It affords me, the capability to do a lot of things that I would not be able to do if I weren't, working from home. But balance is so important to just be able to have balance. What keeps you motivated? I know you mentioned having a 9-year-old. But and I know that's a huge motivating force right there. But in your own words, what keeps you motivated? 6 o'clock, that's so early. My kids are grown. My youngest is a senior in high school this year. Rolling out of bed at 5 minutes to 7 to start work at 8. Or, I'm sorry, 5 minutes to 8 to start work at 8. That's me. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
What keeps you motivated?
So you mentioned my 9-year-old. She is my biggest fan. And so she is not a typical 9-year-old. She's really understanding, because I don't get a chance to spend as much time with her. So I want to make sure what I'm doing is paying off, if that makes sense. So I'm going to say she's my biggest motivator. And then I'm just really hungry. Although I am 1,000,000% exhausted, I am exhausted, but it's motivating me because I really believe in what I'm doing. I feel like I have my own sound. I feel like nobody sounds like me, and I just want to be a change in the industry. And so I just want to, I guess be a trend setter, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I guess just my baby and just me being super hungry, my father being super, he has always instilled in us to go after our dreams. And I had a health scare. I almost died. I had COVID in 2020, at the end of 2020. In 2021, I was literally on my deathbed. And at that point, I had gave up music. And once I got out of the situation, COVID caused my heart to pump at 30%. I became septic. I was in ICU literally on my deathbed. And so, I felt like God gave me another opportunity to not sit on this gift. And so I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm just going to, throw all caution to the wind and just go in with both feet in water and just go for it, because I used to suffer with wanting validation from people. I'm from Cleveland. Cleveland is such a talented city, but it's a very cliquish city. And so I was, I've never been in the in crowd or anything like that. And so I used to seek validation from people. And I've had people tell me I wasn't good enough and stuff. And that, hearing that for so long affects you. And I was just like, maybe I can't do this. But after, not almost being here, I said, okay, God, I hear you. I'm going to use my gift. You gave it to me for a reason, and that's what my purpose is, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm just like, and my goal is not to be famous. I don't, if it happens, it happens, but I make music from my heart, and I just want people to enjoy what I love doing and sharing it to everybody. I know everybody's not going to rock with it, but if I have one person that rock with it, I'm fine with that. So it's just I'm not setting unattainable goals. I don't have the goal to be famous. Don't get me wrong. It would be nice, but that's not my goal. I just literally want to make music because I love to do it and want to share it with people. So that's where I am with it.
I love it. I love it. That's an amazing testimony. I took so much from that and won't say made it applicable to our story here on Endie Fiya, but it is so much that I said in the beginning of COVID. Like, if you haven't used COVID as a way to grow your faith, grow what you find something within yourself that, you know, you want to accomplish or achieve. You know, we just talked about just sitting on skills and talents that were buried deep inside of you. You know, people, this is when a year had passed. If you had not used that time to find what it is that was deeply rooted in you, you know, you wasted precious time, because God was giving so many opportunities. A lot of people lost those chances, you know what I'm saying? But so many of us were given the opportunity to awaken all of these skills and these talents that were dormant within us. And if we slept on that time that, you know, he had given us, then shame on us, you know what I'm saying? We got a person right here who is a living testimony of what I kept saying over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? But and the thing about us here, you know, people say we've always ran our show the exact same way, behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? No video. And with COVID, it presented so many opportunities for so many podcasts, radio shows to pop up, and so many different avenues for hosts to present their shows. And people said, you know, why don't you jump on this bandwagon, and why don't you do this? And there's so many ways for you to monetize and to do this. And I've been doing this for 14 years, and I've always done it the same way. And I've always did it the same way because this is my passion, my purpose, and I do it because this is what I love. And I do it this way because I don't follow the in crowd and how, you know, and it's never been about a monetary gain. You know what I'm saying? Would I like to be on this, you know, winning awards, and that would be great, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, as long as we are fulfilling our mission, then I'm good. Yeah. And we do that. Every show that we host, we fulfill that mission. You know what I'm saying? So I get it 100%. I get it. I love it. I love your testimony. I love it. And guys, if you head over to www.indiefireradio.com, you can read her bio in its entirety. She talks about her daughter, talks about her husband. You know, she just mentioned that her baby girl being that motivating force. But head over to the website. You can read the bio in its entirety. I do want to jump into your first track. But before we do, I want to just get a breakdown of the track itself. When it comes to your songwriting process, do you focus on lyrics first, or do you have to have that beat in your head and say, you know, let me match up? I know when I was writing, I always had to have the beat first. And then it would take me a month to write the song itself. I was horrible when it came to writing music. Horrible. But I would always have to have my music first. What's your songwriting process like?
So it varies. So because like I said, my husband is my producer, he'll create a track and send it to me. But sometimes, like, I just sit down and just write stuff out. Like, I have so many pages of songs that I don't even know. It's just like words that I write. And then if I hear a beat that I think could match to it, I'll go through my notebook and say, oh, this is a good match. So I guess I would say I do lyrics first, but sometimes it just depends. It's not always the same. Sometimes it'll he'll send me a track that he did, and I'll be like, okay, I like this, and then sometimes it takes me a long time to write too. Like right now, I am in a crazy funk right now with writing, but thank God I've written so much stuff prior to, I can just, go to that. But I was like, okay, I want to try and do something new. And it's just been, my mind has been blank, but it's been really hectic. Like, my job is super stressful, so I think that's probably playing a part because I'm stressed out. But the first single, though, I actually wrote out the words first, and then my husband made a track, and we, that's how we came up with that one. So it depends. It varies. It's not the same all the time.
And are we talking about Falling in Love?
Yes.
All right. So Falling in Love. What's the track all about? I mean, I know what the title clearly expresses falling in love, but is it about falling in love?
It is. So I wrote this song back in 2017. And so my husband had did the track way back then. So this is maybe the third version of this song. And so the one that's out to you guys, we okay, we need to update it. So my husband updated the track. And and my husband's like, okay, we might need to change these lyrics. So my husband and I wrote this one together. And it's just really kind of our love story of how we felt about each other. He's a musician, and so he's not a typical musician, because I don't know if the ladies know, dating musicians, most of them ain't right. But
nope, and nope.
I always say I was blessed with this one because he's not a typical musician. He's just not. And so Falling in Love is kind of our love story of how we were feeling, about each other, our feelings, when we decided, hey, we dated for a minute, and it's okay, I think I love him, or, same vice versa, he think he loved me. And so that's how that song came about.
Please do us the honors of introducing your track, Falling in Love.
All right. This is my very first single, Falling in Love, produced by my husband and written by myself and my husband. So I hope you guys enjoy. Uh-oh. That's I Want You.
My heart keeps racing, my mind is on replay. Why do I feel this way? It's keeping me up all through the night. So what's the reason why you're always on my mind? The way you look at me makes me feel away. Can't fight this feeling, it won't go away. I'm ready to embrace this phase. I think I'm falling in love. No one makes me feel like you do, and I can't get enough of you. I think I'm falling in love. You came and swept me off my feet. Now I'm falling. You're the only one for me. Sitting here thinking about all the ways that I can prove my heart belongs. I love to feel your touch. Let me show you how much I need you. I'm feeling something that I can't deny. The way you look at me makes me feel away. was a part of me. Loving you is all I wanna do. So I'm giving my heart to you. I think I'm falling in love. No one makes me feel like you do, baby. And I can't get enough of you.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Lavina Lai here with you guys on Endie Fiya Radio, hosted by Nakia, playing only the hottest music, and of course me.
Guys, if you're just tuning in, you're live right here on Endie Fiya with your girl Nakia and my very special guest singer, songwriter, and vocal producer, Bossy. And my apologies, let me tell you what happens when you leave me in the studio alone by myself. I look at stuff, and I really want to play I Want You, but I know that I'm supposed to be playing Falling in Love, and so I'm looking at I Want You, and I'm pressing I Want You, but I know I'm supposed to be pressing Falling in Love, right? But I don't really work. I don't work the control. Somebody else does that. I don't do that. And so today, because I told you I just got back in, like literally right before the show. Yeah, my assistant isn't here today. So I'm doing everything. And again, I'm looking
at
that has never happened. And it was so funny because you was like, but that's I Want You. Yeah, and then what is, I'm like, all right, well, this is Falling in Love right here. But no, it wasn't. It was Janelle's Superficial Love. And I was like, oh, but I know that too. But I'm still looking at it because I really want to play I Want You because I know that's like the hottest track of the summer, guys, and I haven't heard it. I sat on it. Like, I behaved.
God, you haven't heard it. Okay.
I used to listen to it because, like I said earlier, I want to be as shocked as I heard maybe 7 seconds of it and was like, oh, okay. Yes. I'm telling you. Okay, no, maybe 10 seconds of it. Then that's why I told Yolanda to send it to me. I was like, yes, I got to get her on the show. But I heard enough of it to know that I wanted you on the show. But I didn't want to listen to it because I wanted to be like my listening audience, and I wanted to be like, oh yes, that's it right there, Yeah. So and I'm sitting right here looking like I want you to play this right here, and okay, so we know Nakia doesn't control anything else anymore. Yes.
Listen
so
to me like that, okay? It is okay.
With me, it really does. And I'm sitting here like, so many thoughts are going through my head, like nice bubble bath. Like, I got all these bath bombs that I need to use. I need to take a bath. Yeah, I got all these thoughts, mental meltdown going on. So this track right here, my mentor, you mentioned it, it's hard dating someone who is also a musician, producer, engineer in the music industry, period. It's hard. And my mentor, rest in peace, we were engaged, and it was extremely hard with him, clashing as far as, what was best for our label, what was best for our artists. He was also an engineer, produced all of the beats for all of the artists on the label, and just his creative process was just out of this world. But when he was in his element, you couldn't do anything but just sit back, and you couldn't do anything. So how the two of you worked collectively on this track, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was beautiful to tell the story through those lyrics. That was beautiful, beautiful. So shout out to your producer. I ain't even gonna call him your husband. Your producer. Shout out to him. That was beautifully done. I love Falling in Love. I love that. On which song thus far do you feel that you have delivered your best performance, whether it be in studio or a live performance? Which song do you feel like you delivered your best performance from an emotional as well as a technical point of view?
So I have other songs that I've written and I've performed. I have this song called War. Like I said, I had quit music. So I started this a while ago, and then I quit. And so we had started doing a whole different type of single, and it was called War. It's not out. It's going to be on my project. But I would have to say that song is not out, so you guys haven't heard it. But the song War is it was about a relationship I was in at some point, and I was legit in a battle with my heart and mind, because my heart was like, you love him and you just deal with the foolishness, and my mind was like, girl, no, he's not good.
You ain't even.
So
you ain't even. I get it. I get it.
And so I would have to say that it was that song that I felt, because the emotion, I was just like, I was real stupid back in the day, and I think we've all have been there.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I was legit in love with this man. He was a whole fool, too. But it was just like, I poured my heart and soul into that. And so I would have to say the song War. But between the two, it's really hard to say, because I Want You is like a fun, vibey type song. And then Falling in Love is like that ballad type. So I'm pretty sure people would probably say Falling in Love, because, it had a high notes and stuff like that. But if I had to choose, it would be a song that's not out for you guys. But it's called War. I would have to say it was that song. But between I Want You and Falling in Love, it would probably be Falling in Love.
As an independent artist, which ingredient makes you special and unique?
Oh, so I feel like my tone sets me apart, because I feel like, a lot of the times now you have these great singers, but they all kind of sound the same. And so I feel like I don't sound like anyone. And then nowadays, music is not musical to me anymore. A lot of the beats are like the MPCs and stuff like that. I feel like I'm trying to bring back more of the live instrumentation, more like singing, like not the cookie cutter, like super simple stuff. Like I want to bring back the singy songs where you have the backgrounds, and I feel like my backgrounds are like, more musical. It's intricate parts, and I'm actually singing from the heart. So I guess I would just say I feel like my music is more musical, like going back into the Earth, Wind, and Fires, like all of that type of stuff was super, super musical. And so I'm not saying that I sound like Earth, Wind, and Fire, but from a musical standpoint, their stuff is like musical. So I want to bring like the musical stuff back, if that makes sense. And so I think that's where I stand out.
So you definitely would prefer the old school R&B over the more urban, contemporary type R&B?
So my favorite era is actually the 90s. If we could get back to that.
Yes!
But so here's the thing. I love the current music that's out too. Because Jasmine Sullivan right now is one of my favorite artists. I love all of them, but I love the feel of 90s music. And so I want to bring that whole feel back of 90s music.
I was a teenager in the 90s, so yes, I know all about the 90s. Yes, all about the I want to get into I Want You now. I'm ready to play I Want You. My eyes are set on I Want You. Queued up. I'm ready to play I Want You. I want you to briefly tell the listening audience about this track, I Want You. What sets it apart from what the consumers are listening to this summer? Why is it being labeled the hottest track of the summer? You know, why should they run out and, you know, download, buy I Want You by Dossi? What is so special about I Want You other than those lips?
You know what? I think a lot of people say like it's a whole vibe. Like it's super vibey, it's super fun. And when I wrote the song, you know, nowadays like you have the rappers and stuff that don't, you know, they ain't shy about, you know, expressing what they want and stuff like that. But me being a church girl and stuff like that, I'm speaking to those type of consumers. Like, you know, tell your man what you want, okay? Ain't nothing wrong with it. Don't be shy. And so a lot of women have been relating to that. They're just like, you know, I don't be really saying nothing. Like, girl, you got to tell that man what you want. And so that's what, you know, I think that's, I think a lot of, at least my female listeners, but I have a lot of male listeners that like it too, because they like, yes, tell me. You know, I ain't no mind reader. So I just think it's like a super vibey type song, and I think it just feels good. I think the musical aspects of it puts you like back in the light. For me, it like the bass line is like a computer love type thing. So, like I said, I'm just musical, and it just feels good. It's just feel good music. So I think that's what people are, you know, looking for, and I think that's why it's been getting a lot of traction. I guess I don't know. I'm happy though. I don't know why, but I'm happy. All right, I want you to go ahead and introduce your track to the listening audience. All right, here is my latest single, I Want You, by Dossi, produced by my hubby, E Minor.
Staring at the ceiling, just thinking about what I'm gonna do, 'cause I'm missing you. And I'm feeling kinda lonely, trying to see if I should send you that W.I.D. I need it. My body is begging and pleading for you to love me right, love me right. That you answer it, 'cause I'm having withdrawal. Your love is like my favorite. I need a hand. I wanna feel your kisses on me. My body is begging and pleading for you to love me right, love me right. Just like it is, I'm feeling. I want the real thing, no dreaming. Tonight, tonight.
you're just tuning in, you're live right here on Endie Fiya with your girl, Nakia, and my very special guest singer, songwriter, and vocal producer, Dossi. And that right there was I Want You. Guys, tell me what you think about it. You like it? You love it? You love it? You like it? Women.
I was going to say, what you think?
What you think, ladies? You need to be telling me what you want. And y'all know me. I don't have a problem telling any of my men what I want. So I need to know. I want feedback. You know what I'm saying? For you shy type, just send it. Send a song to him. Just send a song to him, and you can tell him exactly what you want. Open those lines of communication. This is the perfect song to do so. Let him know exactly what you want, ladies. I like that. I like it. I'm sorry I slept on it, you know. So yeah, it's the perfect vibe. We're coming at the end of the summer now. We're going into fall, but yes, it's the perfect vibe right there. I like it.
Thank you.
Like that,
Thank you very much.
It's classic. It's very classy. You know what I'm saying? And the message is clear. The message is you got the message, and I think that is what is missing in our music today. It's grown sexy music, you know.
Yeah.
But nothing wrong with the music that is being put out, and it really depends on the mood that you're in and what you want to hear,
right.
what you want to listen to, what you want to get hyped to. But that right there, nice, mellow, laid back, nice glass of wine, you and your boo, yeah, y'all go stream that, go download it, go purchase it.
Please, y'all.
I like FP in rotation on New Music Mondays. I Want You, Falling in Love, both of them. We putting them both in rotation. All right, guys.
Thank you.
I have one last question. I used to ask this question back in the day, but seeing, you are balancing kind of like a juggling act here with the studio in home, working from home, being a mother, being a wife, in a wedding band. You know what I'm saying? Your own career as an independent artist. So you have this balancing act going on, and there's some artists that's listening right now who is just like, shit, all I do is, I'm just trying to get my music out there, and here she is, Wonder Woman, doing all of this, and I don't even know where to begin. You have this artist that's listening right now, and they're like, she's doing it all, and she has these tracks out right now, these singles that are doing amazing. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even know how to get started. I don't even know where to turn. What piece of advice could you offer to this up-and-coming, aspiring, independent male or female R&B artist?
So I've learned a lot. I've had people tell me they were going to do this for me, they were going to do that for me, and nothing came through. My main thing is you got to do it. You got to believe in yourself. You can't wait on nobody. You can't, depend on somebody to say, I'm going to make this happen for you, because I had that telling me they were going to do all of these things for my career, and nothing fell through. And it made me discouraged, amongst other things. And so you just got to hit the ground running, work hard. When I say it, like, I DM people my music. I, reach out to promoters like, hey, I'm looking to perform. You just got to be hungry. You got to put the work in. And it may seem like I send my songs to random people. I'm not even kidding. I don't even know if these people get it. I say, hey, I'm not asking you to buy nothing. I'm not asking you, to purchase anything from me. I just want you to listen to it. That's all I'm asking. So you just have to have the thirst. I guess you could say I'm thirsty. So you just have to have the thirst and the hunger, to say, hey, I'm going to do this no matter what. Like I've invested a lot of money that I don't have, credit card bills. I don't recommend tearing your credit up, and I'm not saying that. But just be smart. Like I save up money, for stuff that I need to do. Make sure you just save up and pay for quality. Okay? So I know a lot of want to rush and put something out, but make sure you're putting out quality. That's a main thing. So just being hungry, just believing in yourself, not caring what people think. Like I said earlier, I used to suffer with wanting validation from people. I don't care what people think about me or my music anymore because I'm doing it because I love it. So if this is something you want to do, if this is something from your heart, do it. Hit the ground running. And it's not an easy thing, but if you really believe in yourself, it'll pay off. So that's
great
what
advice.
Great
advice and words of wisdom. And guys, when guest artists, authors, when they drop these gems, don't just sweep them under the rug. Use them. Soak up all of this information. A lot of it is tried and true. They tested it. They know of what they speak. Make it applicable to where it, should apply in your life. All right? Thank you. I want to go ahead. We're at the end of the interview. Open up the floor to you so that you can go ahead and get all of your contact information out for anyone who may be listening live, for anyone who may come back and listen to a playback show. The floor is now yours to get all of your contact information out.
Sure. So you guys can follow me on my social media platforms. My Instagram is Dossi, DOSSI_sings. My TikTok is Dossi Sings. My Facebook is Dossi Sings. I also have a music page, which is The Music. You can also check out my website at dossimusic.com. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't got Twitter yet, but I'm getting there. I'm not real social media savvy, but I'm trying to get better. So that's where you guys can follow me. I hope to gain some new fans, and just so you guys can follow me on my journey, I would love to have you guys be a part.
Awesome. Sounds good. I want to thank you so much for joining us here this evening on Endie Fiya. It has been a pleasure to have you here. Once you're on Endie Fiya, you become part of the family. You're welcome back at any time. Just let us know. We'll get you in. We got some new music coming out. Make sure you just send it to us. We'll get it in rotation. Again, it's been a pleasure to have you here with us this evening. Guys, make sure that you are back on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Singer-songwriter Jamal Marvel will be here, and then back on Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. New Music Mondays. We will be back. I promise. All right? You can't make them all. Please, please, please do not miss them all. All right? Until Thursday, you guys have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's Cannon Baby coming with the heat. Got Endie Fiya playing in my speakers. Nikhil the host, girl in motion, all the way lit, airway smoking. You can call in, this phone lines open. Broadcast hot like we cooking the roast. Endie Fiya the GOAT, don't ask who the competition is, cause they standing alone popping. When you listening here, you always get what you interviews. Artists, songwriters, authors, and entrepreneurs. Chopping it up with powerful icons who make her influence. Who keep it hotter, this is Endie Fiya. Blazing on yourself, tune in and catch the heat. It don't even matter where you at. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. Yeah, holy moly, this day got Nikhil in my speakers. Girl in motion, get on your feet. Endie Fiya blazing, please keep it coming every week. We too strong, we defeat the weak. Cannon Baby, super speed, we keep it turning to the T. It's too high, a fireman can't put it out 'cause it's too high. Endie Fiya, it's too high, a fireman can't put it out 'cause it's too high. Endie Fiya, yeah. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. Entertainment, news, and daily inspiration for everyone. Entertainment, news, daily only inspiration for everyone, yeah.